Now is that the amendment be agreed to, and I call the honourable member for Gilmore.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I'd like to start this discussion with a real-life scenario that has occurred in many homes in Gilmore. In discussions with different provider services, and their conversations have gone something like this when we talk about some of the problems with youth unemployment. Hey Mum, I got a job. I work with some really cool people that don't mind my sleeve of tattoos, and I'll have enough money by the end of the year to buy a car. And the mother said, what you want to do that for? Go down to Centrelink, get on the dole, then you can help pay the rent here, watch the games, we can get a slab of beer every 2 days, and you can get a car in maybe a year and a half. Anyway, your dad never had a job, I never worked, and neither did Pa or Nan. I have never been so keen on a policy as this one as PATH. Prepare for a job, then trial for the job, and then become hired for the job. When you've got second and third generation unemployment in a household, it's extremely difficult to break the cycle. There are many young people who really don't know how to even start getting work, and they too are looking forward to this program. Our government has announced a new approach to tackling welfare dependence, with a focus on helping people enjoy all the benefits of a stronger and growing economy. The focus is on investing in vulnerable people to help divert them from this cycle of welfare dependency, while giving them opportunities to find more prosperous futures. We've seen the problems that intergenerational welfare dependence can have, particularly in relation to the impact it has on crime, poverty, broken relationships, domestic violence, and it's something we need to change if we're to build a more prosperous future for our residents and people who care about each other. That is the thinking behind PATH, the Prepare, Trial and Hire program, designed to help train and mentor long-term unemployed and vulnerable young people and get them into paid employment. This new approach to welfare is based on unprecedented levels of data about our welfare system. The Australian Priority Investment Approach to welfare is about using the best available evidence to ensure vulnerable Australians have a better future. It uses detailed modelling to give us a sharper picture of groups of people at risk of long-term welfare dependence who will benefit from the right policy responses at the right time. More than 1/3 of Australia's population is receiving welfare payments, and of those not currently in the welfare system, 88% are expected to receive some type of welfare payment at another point in their lifetime. The future lifetime cost of welfare payments for all Australians in the population as at June 30 in 2015 is estimated to be $4.8 trillion. Now, we used to talk about billions and think that was a big number, and now we're starting to think about trillions of dollars. It's almost unimaginable. The analysis shows that there are significantly poorer outcomes for young carers, young parents and young students who transition to long-term unemployment benefit. We've identified that these particular groups of people are likely to be on welfare for a longer period of time, so we are able to provide a much more targeted interventions for them. We need to place the emphasis on getting people from these groups onto a better trajectory, trying to get them into work and make them feel better about themselves. The program's 3 interconnected goals are to improve lifetime wellbeing for all Australians by increasing people's capacity to live independently of welfare, reducing the risks of intergenerational welfare receipt, and reducing the risks of long-term social security costs. The 96.1 million Try, Test and Learn Fund will be vital to achieving these goals, and it will call for proposals in December. Stakeholders, academics, states, territories and anyone in the non-government sector will be able to put forward their ideas for programs to divert vulnerable groups away from welfare dependency. We've had many people being informed of this in our region. The fund will foster collaboration and bold ideas. This is not a traditional government funding round. We're looking for new cutting-edge ideas which may return better outcomes than existing approaches. But as usual, there are those in the House and in the general population who have completely misunderstood the intent of the current policy. One such permanently outraged resident wrote to the local paper demonstrating his lack of knowledge on this issue. He has again grabbed the wrong end of the issue and used this misinformation to make claims about the youth employment program. He referred to the program as being youth internment, which many politicians have used as a way to encourage young uni students to see part of the real world behind the scenes and work for free. The PATH program is so very different. We want to leave behind the road that leaves young people with less opportunity to learn some of the essential social skills that are so very important, such as having a positive attitude to work, being motivated and reliable, and having good personal presentation. Tackling intergenerational unemployment and welfare dependency is a huge challenge for governments all over the world, as it happens. It is as hard to unlock the potential and abilities of a young person when they have never learned the basic skills associated with gaining and keeping a job. That is why the Youth Jobs Path program starts with the preparation stage, focused on employability skills and training, which is industry endorsed and evidence-based, to give young people under 25 a competitive edge in the jobs market. It will also give young people a better understanding of what employers expect of them in the workplace, as well as offering industry-specific training which will teach them the skills and behaviours they need to be successful in a job. And when their family says stay home, they'll be able to say, oh, it's so much better at work. After the young job seekers are offered work experience at local businesses, during which they will receive payments of $200 a fortnight as well as their welfare benefits. And I repeat, this payment is on top of their regular welfare payments. The young person will be in a better place. Indeed, if the work opportunity doesn't end up with an offer of employment, then the young person has not lost their safety net of income support. This will continue during their trial phase. We'll also be offering incentives for the employers to offer permanent work beyond the trial period for the young people involved. This is a win-win situation that has generated plenty of interest from employers while also providing a chance for young people to move off the welfare treadmill and create stronger, brighter futures for themselves. Our government is determined to ensure younger generations are not confined to a lifetime of welfare dependency. So I have and will continue to encourage such residents as the one criticising the PATH program to bring his concerns to my office for discussion and his plans to help with youth unemployment initiatives. We must ensure that job seekers are not disadvantaged by taking part in the Youth Employment Initiative, which was announced in the May budget. The participants will be paid that extra money. The bill will make sure that that extra $200 is not considered as additional income, so it doesn't affect their other entitlements. The bill will also make sure that it's easier for eligible young people to return to the employment services and have their income support payment restored if their wage subsidy supported job is ended due to no fault of their own. Finally, when eligible young people employed with a youth bonus wage subsidy lose their job through that no fault, they get straight back onto their support period, and that means there's no waiting periods, and that's very important. The most important part of the changes we're making is that the current income support provisions in Social Security law require job seekers to make a new claim and serve any relevant waiting periods if their income support payments previously ceased. So this really is a good part of that change. The bill proposes to provide the job seekers up to 26 weeks to reconnect to income support without having to make a new claim or to serve any waiting periods. Previous speakers have criticised this program, saying that the path will displace people from employment positions. They've completely glossed over the concept that this is centrally framed around young people who don't have experiences from the benefit of being employed. The family is unemployed. It's second and third generation unemployment. This whole program is at present a method to initiate a young person into a pattern of work which will then keep them going for the rest of their lives. It certainly has potential, but we really need to take care with our young people to help them thrive and to give them a chance to develop their own personal drive. I have businesses with vacancies that simply cannot fill, yet it would be a great location to start a work career for some of our young job seekers. They too are looking to assist people into positions to become part of their teams. Those on the other side of the house always doubt on the integrity of the businesses. While there may be some who try to twist a financial advantage, the majority have the overall desire to help our young people into work they enjoy, give them a new outlook on employment altogether, and I believe most people are good. And I know some of my local businesses can't fill positions, so trialling that will certainly help them to find the right person for the job. We believe that the Youth Jobs Path program will support up to 120,000 young people over 4 years, which will be an amazing story of social change. To inspire young people to be the best they can be, welfare independent, and know that they can achieve their own dreams financially. We are indeed a very lucky country. Having just returned from conferences and delegations in developing nations, I know that Australia has so much to offer. Young people in developing nations often have no chance of an education, no chance of employment, and no opportunity to make a difference in their own country until someone offers them some kind of pathway to change. We in this legislation are doing exactly that, a pathway to change in our country, and I most certainly commend the bill to the House.